Anyway,
Anyway.
so where I hid the body is.
Go on.
No, we're creative.
Yeah, actually, it's the usual spot, right? I mean, we all understand that.
Yeah.
I mean, people say in the crawl space is boring, but like, what the hell else is a crawl space for?
Yeah.
Isn't that why they design it? It's not a design flaw or anything. It's literally for that purpose.
No, you think it's for like access to your electrical, your plumbing?
Yeah.
No.
Nope. In case you ever decide to get into murder, there's a whole place that's just your deal.
Mm-hmm. Hope you enjoy. It's your deal. There's a crawl space in the bottom of the sea. Wait, no, that's not quite how it goes. Good grief. Okay. Hi, everybody. Hope you got your crawl spaces ready. It's time for Undercooked Analysis.
Woo.
Yeah. It's yeah, well said. How's everybody I
just want to go back to I hope you got your crawl spaces ready.
It felt appropriate because I think people really need to acknowledge once again the purpose of a crawl space.
Break out the body bags and rid of the crawl space. It's time for UCA, motherfucker.
Welcome to Undercooked Analysis. You're gonna go John Wayne Gacy on a motherfucker.
Oh, I was watching. Was it Drag Race? It was either Drag Race or something referring to Drag Race. And Trixie Mattel, who's from Madison, Wisconsin, someone says, like, you're a little bit crazy. Oh, bring it on. I'm from Madison, Wisconsin. We've got nothing but fucking serial killers up in here.
What is it with Wisconsin and serial killers anyway?
Wisconsin, which the paternal side of my family is from, so I've been there multiple times, is not a healthy place.
Mm-hmm.
Not a good place.
Oh, man. Does that explain... I might get flack for this. Does that explain Red Letter Media?
Yes. Well, I sincerely have been hoping that Trixie Mattel will one day guest star for Best of the Worst, because I just need that crossover in my life.
Oh, yeah.
I am 100%, because I've seen her comedic chops. She's quick. She's very, improvises very well. That would be the funniest shit. And they would just be able to, like, commiserate over fucking, the Packers and all sorts of stupid bullshit from Wisconsin. But that'd be fun.
They could at least grant us that courtesy. After all, we had to suffer through them collaborating with Max Landis that one time. So
that they are now semi-hiding, kind of, not really.
Well, I'm kind of glad they did.
They have, but like you can find them. They're like unlisted.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I just want them to get after last time for them to get Patton Oswalt back on the show.
I imagine it's like an open invitation. He's just busy.
Yeah,
like that's I imagine like that.
I always really liked. I hope they get. I don't know if anything's changed, but it'd be cool if they got Mac back on the show.
Yeah. Also pretty busy. I just want Len Kapuzinski back.
Oh man, yeah.
I know he's busy, but like they just always had such fun because he's 7 feet tall.
Also, maybe they're a little wary about guest stars lately because of there's Max Landis, and then like a week before everything happened, they had that whole Justin Roiland bit on the show.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
It's got to be tough. And then who's like son did they have on recently? What was his fucking name?
They had Jack Quaid on. Jack Quaid's cool.
Yeah, Jack Quaid's cool, and like that's just the dice you have to roll every time.
Yeah,
because you don't know if it's going to be a legitimately cool person who happens to be in Hollywood or a sex pervert. You never know.
This is why I only pull guests from people I know and do things regularly with now, generally speaking. So it's just a safer bet.
Yep.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I am happy to welcome my. You know them.
Speaking of which, sorry about the full-time cancellation of. Nope, we're not finishing that joke. Cut it out. Cut that joke out.
Cut that out.
Listen, you stopped yourself, and it's like the gambler. You got to know when to fold them, know when to hold them, and when to die in your sleep.
You got to know when to fold them, and that's it.
So I've gathered you both here for a very important reason.
I'd say a selfish reason.
Okay, yeah.
I know what you're doing to us.
Yeah, well, I don't know if Alan does. You were privy to this before I did, or before Alan did. But you see, the thing is, last time you were both on the show, and it was kind of sort of the Jameson dregs. I sent you both a Rorshack Rorshan story to read.
That wasn't the last time. That's not the last time we were both on here.
It wasn't.
That was the second to last time.
No. It was when we were just doing it ourselves.
Yeah.
No, that was last time. It was just the two of you. That's what I mean. Like,
yeah.
But this time it's the three of us, and I figured it's only fair that because a couple more stories have been submitted by Rorshack Rorshan, that if it comes up and it's baffling, we should all be baffled together instead of me leaving you both on your own with that. That was my bad. So I'm here, and funny. So is that.
Okay.
I mean, I just get to the submissions kind of in the order they get sent in, and he's this enigma that is Rorshack Rorshan has been very patient. I think it's only fair that we finally get down to business. And I'm not trying to throw shade. It's just they're so baffling. They're always so baffling.
Can we bring up the meme? Because I want to bring up the meme.
Bring up the meme.
Okay, a few days ago, Kayla in our private group Discord's like, does anyone think about the Roman Empire? Because apparently the fucking the internet's like obsessed with if people think about the Roman Empire, which is such a non-starter, and the internet's dumb.
We know this. We've been on it for long enough. We're aware of how dumb the internet is. But yeah,
it didn't take 12 hours for Short Story 1, who is probably Rorshack Rorshan, to post a story called "I think about the Roman Empire all the time. Yes, I'm a man." I love him so much.
I know, he's a treasure, absolute treasure.
I just Googled Roman Empire, everybody, and the top stories are Washington Post. Many men think about Roman Empire frequently. TikTok trend shows why. New York Times. Are men obsessed with the Roman Empire? Yes, say men. Time. The TikTok Roman Empire trend explained. Isn't there enough shit going on?
It's slow-ass news day, and like I've read other articles who basically went into it and are like, well, actually kind of no, because people did polls, and it ranges from, yeah, maybe once a month to, huh? And because, yeah, no, who invented this shit? Slow news day.
Man, fuck Rome. I think about ancient Greece more often.
I mean, I think about HBO's Rome all the time. Because
if anyone here has any questions about the Montreal Screwjob, though,
yeah, I have some, but I'll ask you. I'll ask later.
Oh shit! Right. I didn't say this about Japan because I didn't experience it. One of my travel companions did, and then like just showed me videos. He was in Harajuku, which is awesome, by the way. Mm. And they just had an impromptu Japanese wrestling thing, just like in the street, and. Do I even want to like describe this? No, I don't, because I need to get the video from him and then show it to Alan. But they just have like pop-up Japanese wrestling matches, and it looks so goddamn fun. And I wish I was there for that because it looks so cool. But anyway,
there's a place in Japan called the Ribera Steakhouse in Tokyo. And it's infamous among pro wrestlers. Like the entire restaurant is lined with autographed pictures of pro wrestlers.
Nice.
And the only reason that became a thing is like Japan became obsessed with American pro wrestlers, specifically ones that just beat the shit out of people. So like Stan Hansen was huge in Japan, and he's just this big angry Texan dude with a mustache who clotheslines the shit out of people all the time.
Nice.
So they had a bunch of like hard ass American wrestler dudes over there, and you can't take the hard ass American wrestler dude out of the hard ass American wrestler dude. Mm-hmm. And so they just wanted a steak.
That's what she said.
And Ribera Steakhouse is like one of the only places in Tokyo at the time that'll serve you like an American style steak.
Yeah.
And so wrestlers just started going there, and it became the Wrestler Steakhouse. And it's a badge of honor amongst pro wrestlers now to go to the Ribera Steakhouse and get a jacket.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Okay. It is I'm going to post one picture. I'm going to post one picture to the Discord.
a great thing to have for this non-visual medium. But yeah, absolutely. I want to see
no. Sorry, audience. Fuck you. We're not part of this.
You want a story? No, you just get us talking about Japan more.
Listen, you have the Jameson tapes. Most of the Jameson tapes on here. This is gonna derail.
I mean, I'm not surprised about this, but this is why I love having you both on the show at the same time.
We can generate content. Is it listenable content? Maybe, but it's content.
It is for me. Because I'm the only one who listens to this.
Fuck me, I don't have it on here. It's
on my Google
Drive. Okay, I'm just gonna. It's not like super relevant to look at. Japan is obsessed with Western culture, and we are obsessed with Japanese culture. That's just how our two cultures work, which is kind of beautiful. But more importantly, Harajuku especially has 8 billion retro vintage stores. And I was in heaven. I couldn't buy anything because I didn't have any room, and like I don't need more clothes. But if I could just shed my entire wardrobe and refill it, I would. But so what they consider like interesting and cool, we not necessarily would. One thing I found was a sweater vest with the words like Willits, Illinois, First United Baptist softball team jersey. That was like not tucked away. That was on display on a mannequin of buy this. I'm like, dude, you can't wear that in the States anymore. It was so fucking weird. There's one that just has the word Escondido on it, which is a random ass town in San Diego County. Not even like university, because there is none. It's just Escondido. I'm like, why is this here? Who would wear this? It was so weird.
That is wonderful.
It was good. Another one was a shirt that just said grilled cheddar, not grilled cheese, just grilled cheddar. But that was like high fashion. When that was an expensive store, it just had grilled cheddar on a fucking dress. It was great.
It's like when you read the English signs in the background of various anime, and some of it just feels exceedingly random.
It's like how much anime actually does legitimately reflect Japanese culture and life is scary. Because we thought it was like maybe just kind of cultural like mistranslation or something, or just like lost in translation because things don't always match up. No, like a lot of this is just Japanese culture, and it was crazy to see.
I'll get to see. I want to see it one of these days for sure.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm glad you had a good time.
I had a great time. I'll have more stories as my memory refills because I'm not on 2 hours of sleep.
Sounds good. And yeah, if you want to hear the earlier stories, gang, you can listen to the drags on patreon.com/midnightmarinero, and that's where they'll be.
Anyone out there want to know more about pro wrestling or Japan?
Well, to be fair, I did put out there in the last drags, hey, do you want to hear me and Alan talk about Hyrule lore? Just sitting down talking about Hyrule lore, and immediately someone, I think it was Marquis, was like, yes.
Yes, and.
That's at least one person.
Yep.
What, do you need a script? Yes, and.
Do not disrespect Fuss Bucket!
Damien! Anyway.
Why?
Okay.
Damien.
We're gonna add a third thing. Wrestling Japan and just bits from other videos.
Someone, by the way, someone of my coworkers told me there's video out there from the last, a Disney convention about voice actors doing impressions of other voice actors, and apparently Bill Farmer can do a spot on Pat Buttram voice, and I kind of want to hear it. So I need to look this up, and this is a reminder on recording to future me to look this up and hear the various impressions and hear these voice actors from Disney doing it. So it'd be awesome. Let's read the story. How about that?
What fucking day is it?
It's the day we read a story entitled Even Darkness Needs Hugs.
Okay.
Yeah. I see you're both here as Anonymous Loris and Anonymous Kangaroo.
Good.
I'll take that.
Yeah. I'll start us off since I subjected us to this. So I want you to think about the true state of the universe. Light and heat need to be produced.
No, I refuse. It was way too late in the day. We're early. I don't know.
Just pretend.
No.
Just pretend you're thinking about it. Just humor Rorschach for this one.
Okay.
I think, isn't that what happened in Watchmen, though? He thought too hard about it, and that's what... Anyway. Light and heat need to be produced and won't last forever if whatever is fueling them runs out. Then there is the darkness and cold, which doesn't need to be produced and is simply there till the end of time. Yes, the cold at the same time can be produced by fridges, but it is... There it is. I was wondering how long it would take. Right out the gate. Oh, never disappoints. Yes, existentialism can be produced by fridges.
Listen, hear me out. Space fridges. We put them everywhere.
I used to play bass for existential fridges.
Oh my god. Yes, the cold at the same time can be produced by fridges, but it is also just there in the absence of heat. The darkness and cold are simply just there, which are never produced and will never run out. If there was no heat or light, the darkness and cold will have no problem just existing. What is creating or producing the darkness and cold? That is the true state of the universe.
I can't argue with that. That's technically correct.
Darkness and cold are just the defaults. Okay, that's basically what we're getting. Hail Sithis, by the way.
Not only that, but even darkness itself needs hugs. And you may not think it does, but darkness needs a hug now and then. Let's take that sentence from the top. Not only that, but even darkness itself needs hugs. Okay? And you may not think it does. Oh, alright. But it does.
Oh no. Wait. Is this pulling an Interstellar where the fifth dimension is love?
Oh no. No.
When you
listen. I mean, let's see. Earth, fire, wind, water, heart. Yeah, the fifth dimension is always love.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. When you go past a room where the light is off, just know that the darkness inside the room loves hugs and contact. So you should just go in and give it a hug. And to others, it may seem like you are hugging yourself in the darkness, but really, you are hugging the darkness. You are giving warmth and a bit of care to the darkness. Darkness is so lonely and misunderstood. Give the darkness hugs and show it some care.
That's a lot of ways.
You can't just hug the darkness away. You gotta fight it.
Bob Ross
use the Keyblade.
Give him a Keyblade hug.
Gorge.
Kill him without mercy.
Now, Sora, don't forget to watch Candle Shoe.
Buzzbucket.
And Smart House.
Smart House. Oh.
This is going to be an extra unhinged episode, everybody.
Yeah, one of us is majorly jet lagged. Oh.
This is true. I can feel you shuddering.
It is bad. It's pretty bad. I have made it my mission to get people to hug darkness. So I rent out a room and never switch anything on, and it is in complete darkness. I bring people to hug darkness during night times, when darkness is more alive, stronger, and can essentially feel the warmth of the darkness more, as darkness is alive, in my opinion. We start out with like a scientific declaration, and it's just like, but also, that's just a game theory, bro.
Yeah.
Oh boy. I got a new group who are going to hug the darkness, and I take them for a walk around the area. We go past some undesirable people who are basically creepy and outcasts in society. My group makes comments about them in a negative tone. This is my first source of income that I make a living out of.
What? What?
Yep.
Oh, yep.
How is it that they can be, every sentence can be so redundant to the sentence before that? We're just reiterating the same thing. And then another curveball hits us, which is just, what does this mean? Do you get paid to take people to go out and make negative comments at like homeless people?
Isn't that just like social media influencers?
Oh my God. Or are these the people who got paid to be homeless?
Oh, maybe.
Like the last story.
Maybe.
I'm trying to imagine it. And it's like, okay, I've hired you all to hug the darkness. And everyone's like, sure, fine. But before we get to that, if you'll follow me into this alleyway. Hey, Ted! Homeless Ted! Fuck
Get
you,
out
Ted.
So wait, this is my first source of income and I make a living out of it. Like, okay. This is probably not going to get explained, but that's fine.
We'll have our operating theories.
Okay, well, we'll come around to it. You would be surprised how many people come to me so that they can hug darkness and be among the natural state of the universe, which is the darkness and the cold. People want to be part of the universe and be one with it, and so they must be one with the darkness and the cold. It is a unique source of income, and I never thought I could make money in such a way as this. I was never scared of darkness as a child, but when my parents switched off the light, I wondered where the darkness came from, and even where the cold came from, and what was producing it. Yes.
Where does Ken go after, when you all go to sleep? Well, I don't know, actually. Spoilers for the Barbie movie.
Yeah. Oh, it's so good.
It's
I haven't
amazing.
seen it yet, but
it's so good.
It's incredible. So, okay.
Okay.
I feel like the trend of Rorshack Rorshan stories is like, with every paragraph we want to know more, and it tells us technically more, but also adds a bunch of shit.
Well, and also it repeats itself ad nauseum. We get it, and it just reiterates the point from the paragraph before or the sentence before in the same way.
I can't believe I'm going to say this, but you could make the comparison between Rorshack Rorshan and the Homeric tradition of Greek epics, because there's a focus on a reiteration because of the oral tradition of, like, I have to tell this giant complicated story with all these characters, so I'm just going to keep bringing it back and making a coda to who is who, and their name isn't just their name, it's like their title. It's like Athena the Grey, Ulysses the Clever, and you just keep reiterating things to be like, okay, everyone, like, keep up, because I know this is a lot to process. And that's the best I can explain it. Is that accurate? Probably not. But that's how my jet-lagged, addled mind is going to choose to perceive this.
That's fair. I mean...
but it's stories that reiterate things, and the paragraphs do give us additional information, but none of that additional information adds clarity.
No.
Yeah.
No, it does not.
Now, while I'm still not entirely unconvinced that Rorshack Rorshan and Short Story 1 aren't the same person, or I don't... There's just enough... Like, there's enough similarities that it does make me scratch my head, but at the same time, is that fair?
We're operating... Like, I try to keep myself distanced from Short Story 1. Obviously, I've had conversations with the dude, and I've seen comments, but I don't ask questions. I don't want the mystery explained.
No, neither do I.
I want to live in this blissful mystery. So that's my theory. It could be wrong. Either of them are completely free to tell me I'm wrong. I have not been told I'm wrong yet. So until such time, I will assume that is correct. But I could be wrong. I don't know. I have no actual knowledge.
I personally, I will put this out there because I know both and or the same person listens to this show because they have interacted with me in the past. And can we at least confirm or, I guess you have the choice not to, but I challenge.
Can I also take a moment to discuss our impact on creepypasta as a whole?
Sure.
Are we gonna bring up the thing that Beth shared with us?
Yes.
Okay, yes. Go ahead. Because really, this was almost your doing here, so.
Yeah.
Let's be real, Alan.
So Beth shared a video that someone did. What was the video about?
It was like
an iceberg or something.
It was like weird internet stuff, iceberg or something like that.
Yeah, and it got a fair. It's a video that had a fair amount of views. And then it got to Happy Appy, and it brought up the fact that there are two versions of the story out there, and that one of them has Shaquille O'Neal in it. And oops. Sorry.
Nearly 10 years of doing this podcast, and that might be the biggest impact it's had.
Yeah. Oops. Uh-oh.
Well, and that's the funny thing. Like, whenever I see like iceberg videos about creepypasta, I'm like, there's no way that you can even barely scratch the surface, my dude. You have no idea.
But yeah, no. Hey Dronian, even though you won't fucking talk to me, maybe this is why.
Yeah.
Maybe
Dronian knows what I did.
Yeah. I am,
Sorry.
and I want to state this right now I will put this out there. I don't give a shit. I am this close to just saying, fuck it. You won't return my emails. You won't return my calls. And I really, really, really want to talk about the True Vision with y'all.
I do too.
mean,
so
we could read it on our own and then talk about it abstractly. Yeah, in review.
You know what? But oh my god, I don't know.
It wouldn't be the same.
It wouldn't be the same. It'd be like if we did an episode of Darkly Lit about Happy Appy.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can do that. I don't know if I could survive going through the story without doing it with like you two, for example.
It's tough. It's a tough call because
you know, we take a lot more care with what we read now. Obviously, what we read is curated, but also it is given express permission by the stories writers who submit the stories to us, or express permission secondhand, as in the case of our Dark Lord and Master Cthulhu, who sends us stories granted with permission from other sources and can be verified. Yeah. Now,
like I could rest easily if he just said no.
Yes, but Dronian won't respond to any of us in any capacity. Dronian has responded to me once before about something completely inane before I even thought about it. And that's it.
I don't know. It's his shit.
It's just we are way more careful than we used to be for obvious reasons, because we just used to read stories willy-nilly, and people have often said, why don't you just do that anymore? And I said, it's too dangerous.
Yeah.
It's too risky. I don't want to be a show that punches down anymore. I can fully admit that we used to be a lot more like that. And I mean, even if we thought we was like, oh, we're looking at popular creepypasta and going, haha, why is this so popular? But I don't want to be that anymore. I want to bring positivity to this, you know?
But I think we definitely like come into a lane where we enjoy stuff that's just kind of batshit crazy.
Yeah.
And none of it's punching down. It's just enjoying the ride.
Yeah.
And Happy Appy fits the bill for that.
Right. And the thing with that is like, I'm this close to breaking precedent and just going, fuck it, let's just read it.
I don't know. Because
we're not, there's no way we're going to like, at this point with the rhetoric that we have, I don't see us making fun of it or anything. This would be a source of joy.
Yeah, it would be a celebration.
We're also at a point where like, whether Dronian was being truthful about it being intentionally bad or not, like,
doesn't matter.
Kayfabe's dead.
Yeah, like,
yes.
It doesn't matter at this point.
No. You know what? I'm going to seriously consider this. I have been for a while.
Maybe we can make like a final just entreaty to Dronian wherever we can find him and be like, hey dude, seriously, please let us know yes or no.
Yes.
Because we like the work, we want to enjoy it and bring it to a wider audience.
Yeah, we want other people to enjoy it because people seem to enjoy our mirth when we read these stories.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry if I'm getting real here in the midst of this ridiculous episode. And now we're pulling attention away from Rorschach and this beautiful story about how even darkness needs hugs. But sometimes even we need hugs.
Yeah.
Okay? I am the darkness.
In the words of David Lee Roth doing a semi-cover of a different song, I'm so sad and lonely. Give me hugs.
And this just reinforces,
give me a hug.
This reinforces my appreciation of Short Story 1 and Rorshack Rorshan, who were like, yeah, I got crazy batshit nonsense here. Take it. Yeah. Have fun. And
this shit is fucking B-nanners, and I love it.
Yeah. We love all of it. And thank you, Rorschach and or short story 1, whether or not you're the same person or not. You know what? It doesn't matter.
It doesn't
we love
matter
what you send us.
It really doesn't matter, and and not everyone has to be this type of author. Not everyone has to be
I wouldn't
like
want
disclose
everybody to
everything
be this
they
type
have.
of author. That's the thing too. We encourage you to write the stuff you want to write and take joy in it. There's so few things in this world that we can take joy in sometimes. Might as well just put it out there. Putting it out there in the first place is something, and letting us read it is something too, because we're 3 idiots.
Dronian, I will get happy tattooed on my body.
That's no. That's a promise.
I think we need to all reiterate that point to Dronian. Anyway, I'm just saying, we make one more, and I'm making this public so everyone gets. We make one more concentrated push.
Yeah.
To get Dronian to let us read the story. To get Dronian's express permission.
This is not a
everyone listening to this, don't be an asshole about it.
Yeah, no. This is not a call to harass.
This is a call. This is love. We love this. We want to do this. I've come around so far from when we first started Happy ages ago.
Mm-hmm.
I want everyone to hashtag UCA Happy hashtag Alan's very sorry about Shaq ending up in your story.
I'm sorry for Shaq. Hashtag I'm sorry.
Hashtag
never be sorry for Shaq though.
Hashtag sorry about Shaq.
But that's and
I'm sorry about Shaq.
And I don't want to speak for Dronian because I didn't write something this fucking popular, but I have to imagine if I made something and it took on this much of a life of its own, and I wasn't trying, not like Slender Man, not where I made something and oops, in hindsight, probably should have maybe kept that under control a bit more.
Yeah.
This is just something silly, and if people just ran with it and it got this creative and insane and popular, I'd personally probably be very happy with it. But again, I don't want to speak for Dronian. I don't want to put words in their mouth of this is how they view their art.
Dronian is also kind of an enigma too. So again, not making assumptions here about Dronian's character, but it's just we all only take away is that in an unexpected way, Happy brought us joy, and we want to enjoy that joy again and share it with all of you.
Exactly.
Dronian, you want to hang out and listen to Aphex Twin? We can do that.
So I was in Japan, and Japan is the last motherfucking country on Earth that has Tower Records. By the way,
what?
Yeah, I was in Harajuku. No, I was in. Oh fuck, what's after Harajuku? Shibuya and Shibuya Roko. And I just see people walking around with Tower Records bags, and I'm like, am I having a stroke? Wait, what does this exist? And sure enough, there's a fucking 8-story Tower Records in Japan.
Oh my god!
So I run the fuck in, and I only have enough money to buy 2 things. So I buy Blood Incantation, which is death metal with aliens, but the other thing is a 30-song 2 CD pack of Aphex Twin. Because they actually care about music over there. And I was like, fuck yes. And I got that. It was awesome.
Oh, man. I could get into it here, but fuck it. I used to ride my bike to Tower Records and bought MST3K DVDs from there.
All of my allowance money went to Tower Records. All of it. Because I could ride my bike to there as well. And oh, man, that was my childhood. So I just had such nostalgic glee of oh my God, there's an actual Tower Record still in existence.
That's beautiful. I'm so glad you shared that. It legit makes me happy.
The first 3 floors are K-pop and J-pop, but point is, there's still something for the rest of us.
Dronian, Richard D. James album and fucking I Care Because You Do. Those used to be my shit. We can hang out. We can party. Let us be happy.
Please,
Dronian. Okay, where were we?
I think it's my turn.
Yeah, it's your turn.
We are on paragraph.
I take the group, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's right.
I take the group somewhere to eat, and then after eating, it's time to hug darkness. It was time to hug darkness. Time to cast magic missile at the darkness. There we go.
It's time to hug darkness.
This is the opposite of the Dead Ale Wives Watchtower.
Yeah. It was pitch black, and the darkness definitely needed a hug. It is pitch dark. You are
likely to be.
Yeah. You are drawn into the slathering fangs of a lurking group.
Pitch Black, the probably the best of the Riddick series.
Maybe. I mean, if we're talking the Riddick series, I'd say the video game is the best of the Riddick series.
I like all of it. I will say I like all of it.
Oh yeah, but Escape from Butcher Bay.
Mm-hmm.
The video game was good shit. And I think it was done by the same
studio. So fucked.
And it was done by the same studio who did another game series I really like, The Darkness. It was pitch black, and the darkness definitely needed a hug. Hey everyone, what was the name of that band? They did that song, I believe, in A Thing Called Love?
The Darkness.
Yeah! No one is allowed to use anything that produces light inside this room. I tell everyone to start hugging the darkness, and they do, and they are loving it. Some even start to cry as they feel ashamed of always seeing darkness in a negative light. Darkness, what the universe is made out of. Nothing needs to produce darkness, and it can just appear and maintain itself. How many wars have been fought to find things to produce light and electricity to keep our society going?
Damn.
Wow.
Damn.
Poignant. Holy shit.
Anyone see Oppenheimer? Oh, all I'll say about Oppenheimer, because we can get into that discussion later, is my favorite character in there is a historical figure, Albert Einstein, because he's just like he's just old, and he's clearly been replaced by the new eras of scientific thought, and Einsteinian relativity is being completely just trounced by quantum mechanics and stuff. So, but he's still there, and people are still like, "Hey, Albert, what do you think about this?" Because he's still a respected figure. And there's one point at the end of the movie where Oppenheimer is dealing with some political drama and exits a hearing, and there's a taxi, and the taxi moves away, and it reveals Albert Einstein just walking down a random hill, and it jump scared me. And so in the middle of the theater, I was like, "Ah, what the fuck?" But it was my favorite part because Albert Einstein's just so fucking fun. They hand him a paper at one point, and they say, "Hey, if we ignite this atom bomb, is it going to ignite the atmosphere and kill everybody?" I don't think so. Anyway, I'm going to go back on my walk. This is so fucking fun.
Gotta love Einstein.
It's just grandpa energy, and it was great. My second form of income is getting people who are born with facial disfigurements or some other disabilities and making them feel welcome. That's oddly wholesome.
What is happening?
There are people in this world who born with certain ailments, and they have been mistreated all their lives by the public. They have also been heavily judged, and they have never felt like they belonged anywhere. What I provide these people is for the first time to feel loved and welcomed. I make them feel that their facial disfigurement, facial disfigurements or disabilities is nothing to be ashamed of. This is weirdly wholesome, and I don't know how to react to it.
Neither do I.
Are we unfocused, or are we adapting to this wildly unfocused story?
This is the problem. Reading these stories, be it Rorshack Rorshan or Short Story 1, is staring into the abyss.
This is a thought experiment. What's happening here?
It's a social experiment. I would study people reading these stories if I could, and just be I
hope people are studying us reading these stories, because I think that people are going to be drawing some conclusions here. You know what I'm saying? About our state of being and what it is that motivates us and makes us human. I don't know. Or what makes us three in particular tick, and how we get through these. It's like going into an altered state. It really is.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the euphoria I'm feeling is a very strange kind of euphoria.
More like all turd state.
Hey.
I'm sorry, I'm leaving.
It's your turn, David.
I take them somewhere where they can be among their own kind, Rude, and where they can also be among people who have no disabilities or facial disfigurements. I promise them that people who were born with good genes will come to understand them and show them some sympathy for the. Is this eugenics?
Fucking damn it!
Or is this reverse eugenics?
You don't know.
This story
Mouse,
just became a minefield.
Oh God. Okay. I promise them that people who were born with good genes will come to understand them and show them some sympathy for the first time ever in their lives. These people who born with the unlucky trappings of life will get to be heard by people who were born with things that are deemed more worthy or higher. So this is my second source of income and something which I am also proud of. I also at the same time teach them about how darkness and the cold also feel the same way as these people do. The darkness also wants to be heard and hugged. Same with the cold.
Is the conceit like in the void of nothingness? Everyone's equal, and he's bringing them.
The void is in the void. There is no judgment. In the void, there is no collusion. In the void, there is only the void and the complete lack of entropy. Hail Sithis. Hug the complete lack of entropy. Be stagnant.
When life gives you lemons, hug them.
I might be entirely wrong, but I've called this shot before, and I've nailed it so many times. And I'm saying this about a Rorshack Rorshan story, so this is the riskiest called shot ever.
Oh boy, here we go.
I think I figured out where this story is going.
Oh boy.
I'm not gonna say it. I'll fucking write out my prediction.
Okay, let's see where this goes.
Okay. Is it my turn though?
Yeah, it's your turn.
Gotcha. I teach them how?
Yeah.
Yep.
I teach them how the universe's natural state is darkness and the cold, which is why it doesn't need to be produced or maintained. At the same time, people born with disabilities, facial disfigurements, or any other looked down upon traits is life's natural state. So it's logical to think that life's natural state is more ugly, horrible, and pain. So when someone is born with undesirable things, they are life's natural states.
Okay.
Life is nasty, brutish, and short. Yeah.
Makes sense. That makes sense.
I forget who said that. It wasn't me. But
I know.
Old quote.
Steal it now. It's yours. It's yours now. It's yours. Abysmii 2023. And
now, my first source of income. I have got another group of people who want to feel the universe's natural state. They were enjoying hugging the darkness and even started crying. Then they started to feel the darkness become more physical. Giggity. And that meant that the darkness just loved being hugged. The darkness was loving the hug so much that the darkness was forming multiple bodies. This is unintentionally so fucking theoretical. Oh boy, it's a shame that Paprika is on a plane to Belgium. And this was to make it easier for the people to hug the darkness more. It was all going so well until a guy started using the torchlight, which he wasn't. Which he wasn't supposed to. Oh no!
Oh no!
Stakes hath been raised.
Oh dear. Can I just? I did realize Paprika's on a plane to Belgium.
Yeah.
Right after you all got back from Japan.
Yep.
Wow.
One day. She had one day to realign anything and now has to go to a different time zone.
I feel bad for her.
I feel bad because I'm not doing well. I cannot imagine what jet lag trip she's on right now.
Give her a hug for me as soon as you can, okay?
I will hug the darkness for her for sure.
Yes, please hug the darkness and don't let some asshole use their torch, okay? Speaking of which, okay. He saw people hugging the undesirables they walked past outside, and also
I was right.
There it is.
Okay, here's what I have typed in my iPhone notes, everybody. The ugly people are the darkness paying for a hug or human contact.
They walked past outside and also were my second source of income, who I have promised that I will make them feel welcomed and loved for the first time in their lives. And I could tell with the look in his eyes that he now knew this truth. There is no such thing as hugging darkness, but rather this was a lie. It was all for the undesirable people in society to be hugged by desirable people. The darkness was to keep them covered, as no one would want to go next to them to hug them if they could see them.
Damn.
I was right.
This is sad.
Well,
guys, I just accurately predicted what would happen in a fucking Rorshack Rorshan story. I think that means I've gone insane.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you, Alan. Here's your straitjacket.
You have crossed the threshold. There is no coming back.
One flew east, one threw west. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
my.
The man with the torchlight realized that he was hugging a homeless alcoholic in the darkness.
Hey, not cool.
Who was also born badly disfigured. And he shouted at the top of his lungs. Then the rest of the group who came to hug the darkness started shouting and screaming, and they all ran out. And they were all using torchlights now to see who was in the darkness. The undesirables who I had promised love and warmth were now asking for their money back, and I gave it back to them.
Well, at least you gave them their money back.
No fraud. That's good.
Yeah, I'll give our narrator is trying to do something noble, even if there's deceit involved. You know,
there's another layer of deceit. Because not only he made the undesirables want to be hugged more by having them beforehand get shouted at.
Yeah.
Oh shit, you're right.
Yeah.
It did come
manipulative.
Wow.
You should hug the darkness from time to time. It gets so lonely and cold, and if you think about it, it is the universe's natural state. Back to that coda. Obviously, this ruined my business and completely ruined my 2 sources of income. Then this is where my home life started to erode because of the lack of money. My wife has always wanted to show what emotions I am showing through her. Give me a minute.
You're fine. Take your time.
I understand. Let me see if I can understand how Abysmii feels right now, because it's like we found the logic, and then it was like, "Fuck you! This is a Rorshack Rorshan."
I have trust issues because every other sentence I'm waiting for the fucking just backhand slap. Oh, and all I could think of was like, just go get another beer. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be all right. Just take a deep breath and count to 10. What is the time, CV11? It's jank o'clock. Okay. My wife has always wanted to show what emotions I am showing through her face. I do not understand why, neither do I. And if I do not do this, then she will start to think that I am going to annihilate the...
What?
Wait. Is this a different story?
Whoa!
Oh.
Read the next sentence because this does not get better.
Okay. Then she will start to think that I'm going to annihilate the whole family. So when I am annoyed or angry, I would have to either punch or slap her. The power behind it would have to show my anger or annoyance. When I was angry the other day because I felt like I wasn't a man anymore because of losing my income, my wife wanted to show my emotion through her face. Oh, we're playing with fire.
We are.
And we get burned every time, and we don't learn our lesson. Every time.
We are Prometheus.
We
came down from the mount. We came down with flame, and we were like, "Look, we can cook stuff." And then the gods Rorshack Rorshan was like, "Oh yeah, bitch, now you're on fire."
No, you may feel like the fire. An eagle is tearing out my liver every day.
I was about to say the eagles. The eagles are coming.
Here they come.
It's just
Cuperdemic eagles flying.
It's Sisyphus every time. Every time I get the boulder up, it just goes right back down over my feet and it hurts.
Every time I dip my neck to drink the water, it recedes just a little bit, and my burning thirst is never sated. I
had to punch her, or otherwise she would start to think that I am going to annihilate the family. Oh wait, I'm reading into another fucking paragraph. Sorry.
Oh, is it?
It's you now.
It is me? Okay, yeah. I had to punch her, or otherwise she would start to think I am going to annihilate the family for some odd reason. I guess she read it somewhere about men annihilating whole families when they lose their job.
Jesus.
Ugh. When she went outside and my wife showed everyone what I was feeling through her face, they knew that I was feeling angry. Oh my God. Having my wife showing what I was feeling through her face, I had to really numb myself. I didn't like punching her or slapping her. So I started getting taught from a guy to never give a shit. I had to start pretending that I was a stranger to people that I knew, which was harder than I thought.
Andrew Tate? What?
This is my life hurts right now.
Everything hurts.
Yeah, I mean, not even. I'm not in any physical pain, but my existence is contorted right now, like in that way that like I feel like I pulled a muscle, but that muscle is my life.
As the meme goes, emotional damage.
Yeah. Oh,
everyone disliked that.
He would do stuff. Is that where I'm at?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He would do stuff to people that I knew, and I had to not care. As my wife was showing what I was feeling through her face, which was sometimes bruised or lumpy, or nothing at all, my wife was the Slender Man. I feel like maybe I didn't bring that up, but my wife is a tall, faceless, slender woman in a dress.
She was the one who convinced me to look into the darkness because of the weird tentacles that come out of her back.
Yeah. I thought that I was getting better at not caring anymore. Then, as a final test, this man tested if I truly didn't give a shit by murdering my family, and I think I passed. Okay. Great. Great. Fine. Okay. Great. Fine.
Ronian, we need you now more than ever.
My hubris has been thrown back in my face to such an insane degree.
I'm reminded of the title of a book that was about a fake charity and some crazy, insane nonsense I heard about. It was involving a fake Lord of the Rings charity, initially inspired by a group of people who got together, mostly because they were writing gay Frodo and Sam fan fiction. And the title is now all I can think about, which is When the Fan Meets the Shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
As my family's bodies just laid on the ground, I started thinking about the true state of the universe.
Motherfucker.
Oh my god.
How darkness and the cold don't need to be produced, sustained, or maintained. Rather that the heat and light are the invaders. My family's bodies are now going to be among the darkness and the cold beneath the earth. They are now part of the universe.
I'm trying very hard not to let my head fall onto my desk and just die on the spot right now.
Here's the problem. It's like poetry and rhymes.
We just had.
I'm gonna pull a little bit of the Jameson tapes here and talk about what I'm drinking.
Okay,
because it's kind of cool. Elysian Brewing puts out every Oktoberfest a variety pack of pumpkin beers. There's a pumpkin. It's a pumpkin ale, like your basic bitch pumpkin ale. There's a pumpkin stout. There's a pumpkin coffee ale, and there's an imperial pumpkin ale.
I need that shit in my life.
Oh, it's so good.
Taste.
It's so good. It's really fun.
Like,
anyway, sorry.
I've reached the point where I don't even care. I've always coffee has always given my tummy problems, but when the autumn comes around, I will basic white girl the fuck out. Pumpkin coffee and so Starbucks does this thing now, which is an apple crisp oat milk macchiato, and it is magical.
Oh my god. Okay, so Japan. Again, I'm sorry. This is going to be my life for the next month.
Bear with us for a second, because I think we all need to do this just kind of to collect ourselves for a bit. Please proceed.
So, I was told one thing, and I discovered two things about Japan. Number one, that 7-Eleven in Japan is the shit.
Oh yeah,
and it is super high quality. The food is amazing. They are well stocked. It is clean. It is bright. It is wonderful. And I pledged my fucking loyalty to 7-Eleven when I was in Japan because it was everywhere. And I knew if brand was there that I could get what I needed. And I did. I got tons of shit for my feet, like bandages and ibuprofen and coffee every morning and sandwiches. And all of them are like fucking tea sandwiches. And it's just delicious. The other thing that they don't tell you is Starbucks in Japan is a fucking 5-star restaurant. Because good Lord, the quality of the food is incredible. I had I forget what it was called, because it was very French, because the Japanese love French. It was like it was a sandwich with chicken and grilled onions in this kind of like gravy marmalade thing, and the bun was garlic bread. This was at a Starbucks, and it was delicious. Everything there was top quality, and I cannot go back at this point. Like, I went to a Starbucks today because I had to go grocery shopping, and I was like, Jesus Christ, this is dire. Like, I can't go back. It's just bad. I don't understand why it's so much better over there. Like, is corporate not hearing this? Holy fuck. Anyway.
They just know we'll accept less as Americans. They'll just know we'll accept less.
I'm a riot.
I really want to make it over there at some point. I just got to find the right people to go with.
You have to go with people. Like, there is no way to navigate that country without guidance the first time. You have to get rail passes. You have to get a metro pass, unless you want to pay for every ticket you're going on, which is really fucking confusing. It took us a week to learn the public transport system. We never took a bus, so that we didn't even like bother with that. The bullet trains are a whole thing. You have to go with somebody. It's just it's so hard the first time. Like, I would have been so lost.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Anyway, what are we talking about? Story.
Yeah.
Why don't we?
To semi steal our catchphrase from the other show.
Anyway, what were we watching?
Anyway, we watched a movie. No, we read a story.
We read a story. It was a story. I don't. Can we just say that we read it and then like just continue to just talk about things that are wholesome and good?
We're in it now.
I'm gonna make a phrase. I don't know if I've coined this. Maybe I have. Maybe I haven't. Because as far as I know, there's not a lot of people that talk about Rorshack Rorshan or Short Story 1 stuff. So we're probably the bleeding edge.
I think we are.
You don't read these stories; they read you.
Yeah.
Because you strap in and you learn things about yourself as you try to decipher this fever dream of a story. And I don't know an author in the online horror fiction space more challenging, unique, subversive than these authors. No one. I don't care. And no shade. If you wrote a No Sleep that got a fucking Netflix deal, cool, more power to you. But nothing has anything on these stories because good fuck.
Hey,
does
Rorshack
it challenge
Rorshan?
You?
I think you might be the David Lynch of creepypasta.
Yes. Yes. You can think you have it all figured out, and in one sentence, nope.
Here's the thing.
Rug pulled out.
Here's the thing, though. With this one, like, they told a complete story. Like it got like blah blah blah. Hug the darkness. Blah blah blah. Hired people. Blah blah blah. Turns out they were hugging homeless people who were like disfigured or whatever. That was a complete story, and it functioned and it worked well. And then it just kept going.
Well, let's examine where it keeps going, because it almost like it starts out with this kind of clinical scientific, like almost like a beginning of an abstract or something of like, hey, the universe is mostly empty. So the natural state is actually like not the stars and the galaxies or whatever. No, it's the dark matter. It's just the emptiness. It's the void. How do we adopt that to our lives as energy beings of carbon and energy and all this shit? And oh no, it didn't work out. And then at the end of it, it's like you don't even know how deep the darkness goes, Sora, because this is like a true emptiness you can't really fathom. And how dare you, in a kind of a Lovecraftian twist, try to understand this shit? Yeah. How dare you? This is the hubris that will be visited upon you. And then it ends. It ends with, hey, remember, the darkness cannot be sustained or maintained. It's more intelligent than I want to admit it is.
Yeah,
I'm angry.
Considering, I mean, it's cloaked in, like, you read it from the outside, you just go, "What the fuck? This is just random nonsense." And then there's something. It's so much deeper. It's so much deeper.
Something.
Yeah, it's saying something. And
this story was us watching the real fake Doors guy go home.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh God.
Oh.
Okay. There is no reason to give this a freshness rating. This is beyond that.
Nah.
I think I need to go lie down.
Yeah, I feel humbled.
I just one more time, like this, you should hug the darkness from time to time because it's because homeless people need love, but like also, the darkness. Anyway, so then I beat up my wife.
And then I let some random stranger murder my family to prove a point.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, no plugs. It's over. Goodbye.
Good evening, intrepid listeners. This is the Pasta Shade, the host of Midnight Marinara, and this podcast is part of CreativeHorror.com, a network of podcasts and creators working together to build a constructive community of horror fans. For more content like this, visit us at CreativeHorror.com.